For 2 years, Donna brought breakfast to a lonely old man every single day. Her neighbors called her crazy. They said she was wasting her time on a stranger. But Ed wasn't a stranger to her. He was family. Then one morning, everything changed. A luxury car pulled up outside his house, and a man stepped out.
Tall.
Expensive suit. Cold eyes burning with emotion. Ed's voice trembled when he saw him. Joshua, my son. Donna thought she was meeting family. She had no idea she was meeting the man who would turn her entire world upside down. The man who would save her life and break her heart. This is the story of how a simple act of kindness led one woman into a dangerous world she never saw coming. The steam rose from the container of scrambled eggs as Donna climbed the worn steps to the dilapidated house at the end of Maple Street. 2 years of this same routine, and her neighbors still hadn't stopped talking. There she goes again, Mrs. Patterson called from her porch, loud enough for Donna to hear. Wasting food on that creepy old man. Girl, you need to get yourself a real life. Donna kept walking, jaw tight, refusing to engage. She'd learned that lesson months ago. My mama says you're crazy, Jessica from 3 doors down shouted, her friends giggling behind her. Taking care of some random white man like he's your family. What's wrong with you? The key Ed had given her turned smoothly in the lock. Inside, the house smelled of old wood and the faint scent of the lavender sachets she'd placed around to freshen things up. Ed sat in his worn leather armchair by the window, exactly where he always was at 7:30 in the morning.
Donna.
His weathered face broke into a smile, the kind that reached his pale blue eyes and made the wrinkles deepen. Right on time as always. Morning, Ed. She set the container on the small table beside him, along with a thermos of fresh coffee. Made your favorite today. Eggs with those chives from my little garden box. Ed's hands trembled slightly as he reached for the fork.
Dear listeners, my name is Stephen. I am the author of this wonderful story. Beyond this, I'm proud to be recognized as a top author on Pocket FM, an audio series platform where I've written countless stories, fictions. Yeah, you can explore more of my book in the description below. If you enjoyed this story, please subscribe to my channel and share your thoughts in the comment section. I really appreciate for listening to my story. Thank you for choosing my channel.
She set the container on the small table beside him, along with a thermos of fresh coffee. Made your favorite today. Eggs with those chives from my little garden box. Ed's hands trembled slightly as he reached for the fork, a tremor that had gotten worse over the past few months. Donna pretended not to notice, busying herself with straightening the newspapers stacked beside his chair. You shouldn't let them bother you, Ed said quietly. The neighbors. Their words. I don't. Donna sat on the ottoman across from him, watching to make sure he could manage the food. They don't understand. That's okay. Why do you do this? Ed asked the same question he'd asked 100 times before. A young woman like you could be doing anything with your mornings. But you're here, feeding a stranger.
Donna smiled softly.
You're not a stranger anymore, Ed. Haven't been for a long time. Still. He took a bite, closing his eyes in appreciation. 2 years, Donna. 2 years you've been coming here, and I've given you nothing in return. You've given me plenty. She poured coffee from the thermos into his chipped mug. Someone to talk to. Someone who listens without judging. That's worth more than money. A car door slammed outside, the sound sharp and unexpected. Ed's head turned toward the window, confusion crossing his features. Expecting someone? Donna asked.
No.
I never have visitors. Ed's voice carried a hint of concern. Donna moved to the window, peeking through the faded curtains. A luxury vehicle sat in front of the house, gleaming and completely out of place on this rundown street. The driver's door opened, and a man stepped out. He was tall, probably mid-40s, dressed in a charcoal suit that probably cost more than Donna's monthly rent. Dark hair swept back from a sharp, handsome face. Even from this distance, She could see the tension in his posture, the way he moved with purpose and barely contained emotion.
There's a man out there, Donna said.
Looks important. Expensive car. Ed struggled to his feet, using the chair arm for support. He moved to the window, and when he saw the man, all color drained from his face. Madonna, he whispered.
Joshua.
Who? My son. Before Donna could process those words, footsteps thundered up the porch steps. 3 sharp knocks on the door, urgent and desperate. I'll get it, Donna said, but Ed grabbed her wrist.
Wait.
Let me. His voice shook. Ed moved toward the door with painful slowness. When he opened it, the man standing there froze completely. For a long moment, neither of them moved. Then Joshua's face crumpled, tears streaming down his cheeks.
Papa.
His voice broke on the word. Papa, is it really you? Josh. Ed's own eyes filled with tears. My boy. Joshua crossed the threshold and pulled his father into his arms, gentle despite his size, as if Ed might break. His shoulders shook with silent sobs. 20 years, Joshua choked out. 20 years I've searched. I thought you were dead. Everyone said you were dead.
I'm so sorry, figlio mio.
I'm so sorry. They held each other, and Donna felt like an intruder witnessing something intensely private. She moved toward the kitchen to give them space, but Joshua's head snapped up, suddenly aware of her presence. He released his father, but kept one hand on Ed's shoulder, as if afraid he might disappear again. Who is this? Joshua's voice was still thick with emotion, but his eyes were sharp as they assessed Donna. This is Donna, Ed said, wiping his eyes. She's been taking care of me. Taking care of you? Joshua's gaze swept over the modest house, the breakfast setup, landing back on Donna with an intensity that made her uncomfortable. What do you mean taking care of him? I bring him breakfast every morning, Donna said quietly. Make sure he's okay. Every morning? Joshua's expression shifted, hardening. For how long? 2 years. Something flickered across Joshua's face. Suspicion, maybe. His voice turned cold. And what does my father pay you for the service?
Donna blinked.
Pay me? Nothing. I don't charge him anything. Nothing. Joshua's tone made it clear he didn't believe her. You expect me to believe you've been coming here every day for 2 years out of the goodness of your heart? Josh, please, Ed interjected. She's been very kind. Kind. Joshua's jaw clenched. Father, you've been missing for 20 years. You're living in this. He gestured around the shabby room. This place, and some stranger has been coming here daily. Forgive me for being suspicious. Heat flooded Donna's cheeks. I'm not some stranger, and I'm certainly not trying to take advantage of your father. Really? Then why? What do you get out of this? Company. Conversation. Donna's voice rose defensively. Not everything is a transaction. In my experience, everything is a transaction. Joshua pulled out his phone. I need to get my father to a hospital. He needs proper medical care, not charity breakfasts.
I've fine, Josh. Ed protested.
You're not fine. Look at you. You've lost weight. Your hands shake. When's the last time you saw a doctor? Joshua's voice cracked slightly, emotion breaking through again. Please, Papa. Let me help you. Let me take care of you, like I should have been doing all these years. Ed's resistance visibly crumbled. Okay, we can go to the hospital. I'll call an ambulance. Joshua was already dialing. That's not necessary, Donna said. I can drive. Absolutely not. Joshua cut her off without looking up from his phone. My father doesn't need rides from strangers. I told you, I'm not a stranger. Donna's hands clenched into fists. I've been here for 2 years while you were nowhere to be found. Joshua's head snapped up, his dark eyes blazing. Nowhere to be found? I've been searching for him across 3 continents. I've spent millions hiring investigators, following every lead, checking every hospital, every morgue. So don't you dare tell me I wasn't looking. Then maybe you should have looked harder. The words flew out before Donna could stop them. The silence that followed was sharp enough to cut. Joshua took a step toward her, his voice dropping to something dangerous and low. You know nothing about my life or what I've been through. Nothing. And you know nothing about your father's life here. But I do. Donna held her ground, even though her heart hammered. I know he likes his eggs with chives. I know he can't sleep when it rains because of his arthritis. I know he cries every year on March 15th, but won't tell me why. I know him. You know a version of him. Joshua's voice was cold. A version he created to hide from his real life. Josh, that's enough, Ed said firmly. Donna has been nothing but good to me. Show some respect. Joshua's jaw worked, but he turned back to his phone. The ambulance will be here in 10 minutes. Father, pack whatever you need. You're not coming back to this house. Excuse me? Ed's voice rose. This is my home. This is a prison you built for yourself. Joshua gestured around the room. I'm taking you back to Italy where you belong, where you'll have proper care, a real home, family. I don't want to go to Italy. You don't have a choice. Joshua's tone was final. I've lost you once. I won't lose you again. Donna watched the exchange, saw the pain in Ed's eyes, and made a decision she'd probably regret. He just said he doesn't want to go. You can't force him. Joshua turned to her slowly. This is a private family matter. You need to leave.
No. No.
Joshua's eyebrows rose dangerously. Not until Ed tells me to go himself. Donna crossed her arms, heart racing but voice steady. Ed looked between them, distress written across his weathered face. Donna, maybe you should.
See?
Even he wants you gone. Joshua moved toward her. So take your charity breakfast and your savior complex and get out. The words hit like a slap. Donna felt heat sting behind her eyes, but refused to let this arrogant man see her cry. You're unbelievable. Your father is finally found after 20 years, and all you can do is throw your weight around and insult the person who's kept him alive. Kept him alive? Joshua laughed harshly. He's malnourished and clearly hasn't seen a doctor in years. Some caretaker you are. I'm not a caretaker. I'm his friend. Something you clearly know nothing about. Friends don't enable isolation. Friends don't let old men rot away in falling apart houses. Joshua stepped closer, towering over her. Whatever you think you've been doing here, it ends now. You can't just storm in here and take over his life. Watch me. They stood nearly nose to nose, neither backing down. The air between them crackled with tension and anger. Ed's voice barely penetrated the moment. Stop it. Both of you. The old man's shout made them both turn. Joshua, Donna has been a blessing in my life. Donna, Joshua is my son, and he has every right to be concerned. Now both of you, sit down and stop behaving like children. The authority in Ed's voice, so different from his usual gentle tone, shocked them both into compliance. Donna moved to the ottoman. Joshua remained standing but stepped back. Joshua, Ed continued, his voice softening. I understand your anger. I abandoned you, and nothing I say can make that right. But these past 2 years, Donna has given me something I thought I'd lost forever. Human connection. Kindness without expectation. She didn't know who I was or where I came from. She just saw an old man who needed help. Father. Let me finish. Ed held up a trembling hand. You want to take me to the hospital?
Fine.
You want to make sure I'm healthy? I appreciate that. But I won't have you disrespecting someone who's shown me nothing but compassion. Joshua's expression tightened, but he nodded stiffly. Ed turned to Donna. And you, Kara, need to understand that Joshua has been through his own hell. He lost his father without warning, without goodbye. He's been searching, hurting, wondering. His anger isn't really at you. It's at me, at the situation, at 20 years of pain. Donna swallowed hard, some of her anger deflating.
I'm sorry.
I didn't think about what it must have been like for you, she said quietly to Joshua, not quite meeting his eyes. Joshua said nothing, his jaw tight, his gaze fixed somewhere over her shoulder. The ambulance sirens wailed in the distance, growing closer. Ed sighed heavily and sank back into his chair. I suppose there's no avoiding this now. There isn't. Joshua's voice had lost some of its sharp edge, but remained firm. You need proper medical attention. When's the last time you had blood work done? A full physical? Ed waved his hand dismissively. I'm old. Everything hurts. That's normal. It's not normal, and you're going to the hospital whether you like it or not. Joshua ran a hand through his hair, and for the first time, Donna saw exhaustion in his features beneath the anger. Dark circles shadowed his eyes. The lines around his mouth spoke of stress and sleepless nights. The ambulance pulled up outside, its lights flashing through the curtains.
Donna stood.
I should go. Let you two have privacy. Wait. Ed reached for her hand.
Thank you, Donna.
For everything. For these 2 years. You saved my life in more ways than you know. Her throat tightened. You saved mine too, Ed. Gave me purpose when I needed it most. Joshua watched this exchange with an unreadable expression. The paramedics knocked, and he went to let them in, explaining the situation in rapid, precise sentences. They moved efficiently, checking Ed's vitals, asking questions. Joshua answered most of them, since Ed seemed overwhelmed. We're taking him to Chicago General, one paramedic informed Joshua. You can follow in your car. I'm riding with him. Joshua's tone left no room for argument. As they loaded Ed onto the stretcher, the old man called out,
Donna.
Will you visit me? Before she could answer, Joshua interjected. Father needs rest and proper care. He doesn't need visitors right now. Donna's temper flared again. He's asking me a question. Let him decide. I'm deciding what's best for him. Joshua's eyes locked with hers, challenging. You've been back at his life for all of 10 minutes. Don't act like you know what's best. I'm his son, and I'm his friend. Enough. Ed's voice carried surprising strength from the stretcher. Joshua, Donna is welcome to visit any time she wants. Donna, please come see me when you can. Now can we please go to the hospital before I die of embarrassment from watching you two fight? The paramedics exchanged amused glances as they wheeled Ed toward the ambulance. Joshua followed without another word to Donna, but she caught him glancing back once before climbing into the ambulance. She stood on the porch, watching the ambulance pull away, suddenly feeling the weight of the morning's events. Her phone buzzed. 3 missed calls from the bakery. She'd completely forgotten about work in the chaos. Great, she muttered, heading down the steps. Still wasting your time on that old man? Mrs. Patterson hadn't moved from her porch. Now his rich son's here. Bet he'll take over, and you won't be needed anymore. Donna ignored her and walked toward her own house 3 doors down.
Her phone buzzed again.
This time she answered.
Donna.
Where are you? Her assistant manager, Maya, sounded frantic. We have a line out the door, and you're not here.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm on my way. Give me 15 minutes. She ran inside, changed out of her flour-dusted clothes, and rushed to her bakery 6 blocks away. The rest of the day passed in a blur of customers, orders, and the familiar rhythm of work. But her mind kept drifting back to Ed, to the hospital, to Joshua's accusatory eyes. By closing time, exhaustion hit her like a wave. She'd just locked the front door when her phone rang. Unknown number. Hello.
È Miss Donna.
An unfamiliar female voice. This is Nurse Chun from Chicago General. Mr. Castellano asked me to call you. He wanted you to know he's been admitted for observation. Room 412. Is he okay? He's stable. dehydrated, malnourished, and his blood pressure is concerning, but nothing immediately life-threatening. Visiting hours are until 8 if you'd like to come by. Donna glanced at the clock. 6:30. She could make it. I'll be there. Thank you. She grabbed her purse and headed out, stopping only to pick up flowers from the corner store. The hospital was a 20-minute bus ride, and she spent the entire journey rehearsing what she'd say if Joshua was there, which he probably would be. The hospital's fluorescent lights made everything look harsh and sterile. Donna found room 412 and paused outside, hearing voices within. Papa, you need to eat. Joshua's voice, softer than she'd heard it before. I'm not hungry. You're malnourished. The doctor said you've lost 30 pounds in the past year. I'm old. Old people lose weight. Not like this. A pause. Why didn't you take care of yourself? I was taking care of myself. As best I could. Living in that house, barely eating, no medical care. That's not taking care of yourself. Donna knocked softly, not wanting to eavesdrop further. The conversation inside stopped abruptly. Come in, Ed called. She pushed open the door. Ed looked small in the hospital bed, for tubes running from his arm, monitors beeping softly. But his face lit up when he saw her.
Donna.
You came. Joshua stood by the window, still in his expensive suit, looking like he hadn't sat down since they arrived. His expression when he saw her was carefully neutral, but his jaw tightened. Of course I came. Donna moved to Ed's bedside, laying the flowers on the table. How are you feeling? Like a pincushion. They've poked me more in 6 hours than in my entire life.
Ed smiled weakly.
But the doctor says I'll be fine. Just need some fluids and proper nutrition. That's good news. The doctor also says he should have been seeing a physician regularly. Joshua interjected from his spot by the window. That his condition could have been prevented with proper care. The implicit accusation hung in the air. Donna's hands clenched around her purse strap. I encouraged him to see a doctor multiple times, she said evenly. He refused. Clearly you didn't encourage him hard enough. Josh, please, Ed sighed. Not this again. Not what again? The truth. Joshua finally moved from the window, his tall frame somehow making the hospital room feel smaller. You could have called someone. Social services. Anyone. He's not a child. He's a grown man who makes his own decisions.
Donna met Joshua's glare.
I did what I could. What you could wasn't enough. Then where were you? The words burst out before Donna could stop them. If you're so concerned about proper care, where were you for 2 years while I was the only one checking on him? Joshua's face darkened. I told you. I was searching. I told you. I was searching. Children, please. Ed's tired voice cut through their argument. My head hurts too much for this. Both immediately looked contrite. I should go, Donna said quietly. Let you rest, Ed. Will you come tomorrow?
Ed asked.
Before Donna could answer, Joshua spoke. Visiting hours are limited, Father. You need rest, not a parade of visitors. Donna's jaw clenched, but she kept her voice gentle for Ed's sake. I'll check in with the nurses first. See what they recommend. She squeezed Ed's hand and left without looking at Joshua. The next morning, Donna arrived at the hospital at 7, her usual breakfast time with Ed. She'd made his favorite. Eggs with chives, fresh toast, real butter. Joshua sat in the chair beside Ed's bed, looking like he hadn't slept. His suit jacket hung on the back of the chair, his white shirt wrinkled, tie loosened. He stood when she entered. He's sleeping, Joshua said, voice low. And the hospital provides meals. You didn't need to bring food. Hospital food is terrible. Donna set the container on the table. It's nutritionally balanced, which is more than I can say for whatever arrangement you two had. Arrangement? Donna's voice sharpened. Is that what you think this is? Keep your voice down. He needs rest. Don't tell me what to do. Joshua grabbed her arm, not roughly but firmly, and steered her into the hallway. The door clicked shut behind them. What exactly is your problem? Donna yanked her arm free. My problem is that my father has been living like a homeless person while you played Good Samaritan and apparently didn't think to get him actual help. He didn't want help. He wanted a friend. He needed a doctor, not a friend with a hero complex. Donna's hand flew up before she could stop it. The slap connected with Joshua's cheek, the sound sharp in the quiet hallway. They both froze. Joshua's hand touched his reddening cheek, his eyes dark and dangerous. Did you just? I'm sorry. Donna stepped back, horrified at herself. I shouldn't have. No, you shouldn't have. His voice was deadly quiet. I could have you arrested for assault. Then do it. Call the cops. Add it to the list of things you're judging me for. A nurse hurried past, glancing at them nervously. Joshua grabbed Donna's wrist and pulled her into an empty waiting room, shutting the door. Let go of me. He released her immediately, putting distance between them. You need to stay away from my father. You can't tell me what to do.
He's my father.
I absolutely can tell you what to do regarding him.
4.
Stop throwing that in my face.
Why?
Does the truth hurt? Joshua moved closer, his presence overwhelming in the small room. You want truth?
Fine.
You helped an old man. Congratulations. But I'm here now, and he doesn't need you anymore. The words landed like a punch. Donna felt tears prick her eyes, but refused to let them fall. He can decide that herself. He's too kind to tell you to leave. So I'm telling you, you're unbelievable. Donna moved toward the door. Arrogant, controlling. And you're naive if you think bringing breakfast makes you family. Donna whirled around. I never said I was family, but at least I was here. Get out. Joshua's voice dropped dangerously low. Before I have security remove you. Gladly. Donna yanked open the door. Give Ed my love. Tell him his son is an asshole. She stormed out, anger propelling her down the hallway and out of the hospital. She made it to the bus stop before the tears came. 3 days passed. 3 days of Donna throwing herself into the bakery, working until exhaustion made thinking impossible. She kneaded dough with unnecessary force, imagining Joshua's smug face with every punch into the yielding mass. Girl, you're going to murder that bread, Helen commented, watching from the doorway. What's got you so worked up? Nothing.
Uh-huh.
And I'm the Queen of England. Helen crossed her arms. This about that old man? Mr. Ed? His son showed up. Oh. Helen's interest peaked. What's he like? Arrogant.
Rude.
Thinks money solves everything. Donna slammed the dough down. Told me to stay away from Ed. Can he do that? Apparently, he thinks so. Helen was quiet for a moment. You miss him. The old man. Donna's hands stilled.
Yeah. I do.
So go see him. His son. Forget his son. Ed's your friend, right? Since when do you let some rich jerk tell you what to do?
Donna smiled weakly.
Since he threatened to have me arrested for assault. You hit him. Helen's eyes went wide. Just a slap. He was being insufferable. Damn girl. Helen laughed. Wish I'd seen that. The bell above the bakery door chimed. Both women looked up. Joshua stood in the doorway, looking completely out of place in his tailored navy suit among the flour dust and baked goods. His eyes locked on Donna. We need to talk. Helen's eyebrows shot up. This him. Helen, can you handle things here? Donna didn't wait for an answer, wiping her hands on her apron and heading toward the back room. Not here, she said to Joshua. He followed her into the small office. The space felt impossibly cramped with his tall frame filling it. What do you want? Donna crossed her arms. The doctors need information about my father's medical history. Medications, allergies, previous conditions. Joshua's jaw was tight, like the words cost him. He can't remember everything clearly. They said you might know. So you need me now. This isn't about me needing you. It's about my father's health. Donna moved to her desk, pulling out a small notebook from the drawer. I keep notes. Write down anything Ed mentions about feeling unwell, medications he takes, things like that. Joshua's expression shifted slightly, surprise, maybe respect. He stepped closer. May I see it? She handed it over. He flipped through pages of her neat handwriting, dates and observations spanning 2 years. You documented everything, he said quietly. I wanted to make sure I wasn't missing anything important. Ed's stubborn about doctors, so I tried to track patterns myself. Joshua looked up from the notebook, something unreadable in his dark eyes. This is thorough. I actually care about him. The jab hit its mark. Joshua's jaw clenched. I need to take this to the hospital.
Fine. Keep it.
I'll return it. Whatever. Joshua moved toward the door, then stopped. Thank you for keeping track of this. Donna blinked, caught off guard by what almost sounded like genuine gratitude. You're welcome. He left without another word. Helen appeared in the doorway immediately. That's the son?
Donna.
He's fine. He's awful. Awful and fine aren't mutually exclusive. Helen grinned. The way he looked at you. Don't start. I'm just saying, that man is interested. That man hates me. Same energy, different direction. Donna threw a dish towel at her. That evening, Donna was closing up the bakery when she noticed someone lingering across the street. Her stomach dropped.
Kevin.
She'd hoped 3 days of silence meant he'd given up. Apparently not. She locked the door quickly, pulling out her phone. Kevin started crossing the street.
Donna.
Wait up. She walked faster, not looking back. I just want to talk. His voice grew louder, closer. She turned the corner, heading toward the more populated main street. Footsteps pounded behind her. Don't ignore me. Kevin's hand grabbed her shoulder, spinning her around. Let go. Donna tried to yank free. We need to talk about us. You can't just throw away what we had. We don't have anything. Leave me alone. You're mine, Donna. You'll always be mine. His grip tightened, painful now. Donna's heart hammered. The street was emptier than she'd hoped. A few people walked by, but didn't stop, didn't want to get involved. I said let go. She shoved at his chest. Kevin's other hand came up, catching her wrist. You're coming with me. We're going to talk this out. She said let go. The voice was cold, lethal. Kevin's head whipped around. Joshua stood 3 feet away, having appeared from nowhere. His expensive suit seemed ridiculous for a street confrontation, but nothing about his posture suggested he was anything less than dangerous. This doesn't concern you, Kevin said, but his grip loosened slightly. Remove your hands from her. Now. Or what? You'll call the cops? Kevin sneered. Mind your business, rich boy. Joshua moved so fast Donna barely saw it. One moment he was standing still, the next Kevin was slammed against a brick wall, Joshua's forearm across his throat. When someone tells you no, Joshua's voice was terrifyingly calm. You listen. Understand. Kevin's eyes bulged. Can't breathe. Do you understand?
Yes.
Yes. Joshua released him. Kevin stumbled forward, coughing. If I see you near her again, they won't find your body. Joshua straightened his cuffs casually. Now leave. Kevin looked between them, rage and fear warring on his face. Fear won. He backed away, then turned and ran. Donna stood frozen, heart still racing. Joshua turned to her. Are you hurt? No, how did you? I was coming to return your notebook. Saw him following you from the bakery. His eyes scanned her face, her arms where Kevin had grabbed her. Did he hurt you?
No.
Just scared me. Joshua's jaw clenched. How long has he been harassing you? A few months. A few months? His voice rose. And you didn't report it? I did. The police said they couldn't do anything without proof of actual assault. That's Joshua stopped, visibly forcing himself to calm down. Do you have somewhere safe to stay tonight? I live alone. 3 blocks from here. He knows where you live. The question hung heavy. Donna's silence was answer enough. You're not going home tonight, Joshua said flatly. Excuse me? That man is unstable. You saw how he acted. He'll either wait for you there or break in. I'm not going anywhere with you. Would you prefer I leave you here to deal with him yourself? Joshua's eyes flashed. Because I will. I'll walk away right now. Donna wanted to say yes, to tell him to leave. But Kevin's face, his words, asterisk you're mine asterisk, echoed in her mind. Fear won over pride.
Fine.
But just for tonight. Joshua nodded curtly and pulled out his phone. I'll have someone watch your apartment. Make sure he doesn't break in. You can just do that? Yes. He made a quick call in rapid Italian, then pocketed his phone. My car is this way. They walked in tense silence. The luxury sedan gleamed under the streetlights. Joshua opened the passenger door, waiting until she got in before closing it gently. The interior smelled of leather and expensive cologne. Donna clutched her purse, suddenly aware of how out of place she was. Flowers still dusted her jeans. She probably smelled like yeast and sugar. Joshua slid into the driver's seat. There's a hotel nearby. I'm not staying at a hotel with you. I meant I'd get you your own room. Oh. Heat flooded her cheeks. What did you think I meant? His tone was sharp. Nothing. Forget it. They drove in silence for several blocks. Donna stared out the window, tracking their route. They weren't heading toward any hotels she recognized. Where are we going? My father's house. Your house. Technically, it's on the same street.
What? No.
I'm not going back there. Kevin knows where I live. You'll be in my father's house. With me. Joshua's knuckles whitened on the steering wheel. I'm staying there tonight to pack his belongings. You'll be safe. I don't want. Do you have a better option? Donna bit her lip. She didn't. They pulled up to Ed's house. The porch light was on, casting long shadows. Joshua grabbed a bag from the trunk and unlocked the door, gesturing for her to enter first. The house felt different without Ed. Emptier. Donna stood awkwardly in the living room while Joshua disappeared upstairs, smiling face with hearts. He returned with blankets and a pillow. The couch pulls out. I'll be upstairs in my father's room if you need anything. Thank you. The words felt strange in her mouth, directed at him. Joshua paused at the stairs. That man. Kevin. How bad has it gotten? Tonight was the worst. Has he hit you?
No.
Just grabbed me a few times. Showed up at the bakery. Sent messages. Joshua's expression darkened. I'll handle it. What does that mean? It means he won't bother you again. Joshua, you can't just. Can't what? Protect you? He turned fully to face her. That man put his hands on you. Threatened you. And you think I'm going to do nothing? It's not your problem. You made it my problem when you started taking care of my father. His voice rose, then dropped. Just let me handle this. Please. The please surprised her.
Donna nodded slowly.
Joshua started up the stairs again, then stopped. For what it's worth, I shouldn't have said those things at the hospital. About you not being needed. Are you apologizing? Don't push it. But something in his tone had softened. Get some sleep. Lock the door. I'm a light sleeper. If you hear anything, yell. He disappeared upstairs. Donna heard his footsteps, a door closing. She pulled out the couch bed, spreading the blankets. They smelled like lavender, the sachets she'd placed around the house for Ed. She lay down but couldn't sleep. Every creak made her jump. Around midnight, she heard Joshua moving around upstairs. Then footsteps on the stairs. He appeared in the doorway, now in dark pants and a t-shirt that showed off a physique that had no business being that distracting. Can't sleep? He asked. Every noise sounds like Kevin. Joshua was quiet for a moment. Then he grabbed the armchair, dragging it closer to the couch and sitting down. What are you doing? You'll sleep better if someone's watching. You don't have to. I know. He settled into the chair, long legs stretched out. But I'm doing it anyway. Donna studied his profile in the dim light. Why are you helping me? You made it clear you don't want me around. Joshua didn't answer immediately. I was wrong. About you. What? Your notebook. 2 years of careful notes about my father's health. Most people wouldn't have bothered. He turned to look at her. You actually care about him. I told you that. I didn't believe you. People usually want something. Not everyone. Everyone in my world does. His voice carried old pain. I'm not used to genuine kindness. That's sad. It's realistic. He shifted in the chair. My father disappeared without warning 20 years ago. Left everything behind. Do you know what that does to a person? To spend 2 decades wondering if he's alive, dead, suffering.
Donna Anger softened.
I can't imagine. I looked everywhere. Spent millions. Followed false leads across the world. And then I find him here, in this rundown house, and there's this woman bringing him breakfast every day. Joshua's jaw worked. I thought you were taking advantage of him, using his loneliness. I wasn't. I know that now. He met her eyes. I'm sorry for assuming the worst. Apology accepted. Donna pulled the blanket higher. For what it's worth, I'm sorry I slapped you. I deserved it. You did. A ghost of a smile crossed his face. You're not afraid to stand up for yourself. Learned young that nobody else would do it for me. Your family? Dad left when I was 6. Mom worked 3 jobs. Was never home. Raised myself mostly. Donna surprised herself by continuing. That's why it mattered so much. He saw me. Really saw me. Not just the baker or the neighbor, but me. He has that gift. Seeing people. Joshua's voice was distant. When I was a child, he was the only one who noticed when I was scared or hurting. Everyone else just expected me to be strong. You were close. We were. Until he left. The old pain flickered across his face. I was 25. Came home one day and he was gone. No note, no explanation. Just gone. He never told you why?
No.
Joshua's expression closed off. And I stopped asking. Donna sensed she'd hit a wall. You must have been relieved to find him alive.
Relieved.
Angry. Confused.
He relieved.
Angry. Confused. He rubbed his face, then caught himself, straightening in the chair. Doesn't matter now. He's alive. That's what counts. It does matter. Donna propped herself up on one elbow. 20 years of wondering. That's not something you just get over.
Ai fine.
His tone went flat, dismissive. Ancient history. You don't look fine. And you're suddenly an expert on me? Joshua's voice sharpened. We've known each other for 3 days. I know enough to see you're carrying a lot of pain. Stop. He stood abruptly. I don't need amateur psychology at midnight. I'm not. You are. He moved toward the window, putting distance between them. I helped you with your ex. That doesn't make us friends. It doesn't give you access to my personal life. Donna sat up fully now, stung. I was just trying to. To what? Bond with me? Joshua's laugh was harsh. Save it. I don't do heart-to-hearts with strangers. Then why tell me anything at all? He didn't answer, jaw clenched tight, staring out the window like he could see something in the darkness. You started this conversation, Donna pressed.
You apologized. Said you were wrong about me.
Now you're shutting down because I asked one question. I said what I needed to say. That's done. Is this how you handle everything? Open up for 2 seconds, then slam the door? Joshua spun around, eyes blazing. You don't know anything about how I handle things. Because you won't let anyone close enough to know. Exactly. His voice rose. Because everyone I've let close has either left or disappointed me. So excuse me for not rushing to spill my feelings to someone I barely know. The words hung. The words hung in the air between them, raw and honest despite Joshua's attempt to stay guarded. Donna stared at him. So, everyone disappoints you. Must be lonely up there on your pedestal. Joshua's eyes flashed. Excuse me? You heard me. Donna sat up fully. You act like you're the only one who's ever been hurt. Like nobody else's problems. I never said that. You didn't have to. It's in every word, every look. She threw off the blanket. You saved me tonight, fine.
Thank you.
But that doesn't suddenly make you a good person. You're still the same arrogant jerk who told me to stay away from Ed. Joshua's jaw clenched. I explained why I said that. An explanation isn't an apology. Not a real one. I said I was wrong about you, and then immediately went back to being cold and distant. Donna stood now, anger overriding fear. 1 minute you're almost human, the next you're back behind your walls. Maybe I have walls for a reason. Everyone has walls, Joshua. You're not special. I never claimed to be special. His voice was dangerously quiet. No, you just act like your pain matters more than everyone else's. Donna grabbed her phone from the side table. You know what?
I'll call a cab.
Go to a hotel. I don't need your protection or your charity. Don't be ridiculous. It's past midnight and Kevin is still out there. I'll risk it. Better than staying here with you. Joshua moved between her and the door. You're not leaving. You can't tell me what to do. I can when you're being stupid out of pride.
Pride. Donna laughed bitterly.
You want to talk about pride? You can't even admit you're hurting. You stand there acting like stone, like nothing touches you. Because nothing does. Joshua's control cracked. Nothing gets to me anymore, because I don't let it. That's a lie and you know it. It's survival. He took a step closer, voice rising. You want me to be vulnerable? To share feelings? For what? So you can use them against me later? I wouldn't. Everyone does. His hands clenched into fists at his sides. Everyone wants something. Everyone has an angle. So forgive me for not being the warm, open person you apparently need me to be. I don't need you to be anything. Donna shot back. I just think it's pathetic that you'd rather be miserable and alone than risk trusting someone. Joshua's face went cold. Get out. What? You heard me. Get out of my father's house. You just said I couldn't leave. That was before you called me pathetic.
His voice was ice.
Go ahead.
Call your cab.
Deal with Kevin yourself. I don't care. Donna stared at him, seeing something flicker in his eyes. Hurt, quickly buried under anger. She'd struck a nerve. Good. He deserved it.
Fine.
She grabbed her purse. I will. She pushed past him toward the door. His hand shot out, grabbing her wrist. Wait. Let go of me. Joshua's grip was firm, but not painful. He stared at their connected hands like he was surprised he'd reached for her. I can't. His voice was rough. I can't let you leave. Not like this. Why do you care? Donna tried to pull away. You just told me to get out. I know what I said. He still didn't release her. I was angry. So was I. Still am. I noticed. Something almost like humor touched his expression. You really think I'm pathetic?
Yes. No.
I don't know. Donna stopped struggling. You confuse me. Join the club. Joshua's thumb brushed against her wrist, seemingly unconscious. You confuse the hell out of me too. Then why are you helping me? I don't know. The admission seemed torn from him. I saw that man grab you, and something in me just reacted. I wanted to break his hands. The intensity in his voice made Donna shiver. That's violent.
I'm aware.
He finally released her wrist, stepping back.
See?
This is why I keep walls up. Let them down for 5 minutes and suddenly I'm threatening to dismember your ex. To be fair, Kevin deserves it. That's not the point. Joshua ran a hand through his hair, messing up the perfect style. The point is I don't do this. I don't get involved. I don't care about strangers' problems. But you cared about mine. Yes. He looked frustrated by this fact. Against all logic and better judgment, yes.
Why?
Stop asking me questions I can't answer. His voice rose again, then dropped. Just stop. Donna saw it then. The exhaustion in his eyes, the tension in his shoulders. He wasn't just angry. He was tired. Bone-deep tired of holding everything together. You don't have to be strong all the time, she said quietly. Yes, I do. Joshua's voice went flat. That's not negotiable. Everyone needs help sometimes. I don't. That's a lie. It's my lie to tell. He moved back to the armchair, sitting down heavily. Are you staying or leaving? Decide now. Donna looked at the door, then back at him. Pride said leave.
Common sense said stay. I'm stay.
She sat back on the couch bed. But only because of Kevin. Of course. Joshua's tone was carefully neutral. Not because you're worried about me. Why would I worry about you? No reason. They sat in loaded silence. Donna pulled the blanket back over herself, hyper-aware of Joshua's presence across the room. For the record, he said after a long moment, you're not wrong. About what? I am pathetic. Miserable and alone by choice. His voice was so quiet she almost missed it. But it's safer this way.
Donna just tightened unexpectedly.
Safer for who? Everyone. She wanted to argue, to push back, but something in his tone stopped her. Instead, she lay down, turning away from him again. Get some sleep, Joshua said. I'll keep watch. You need sleep too.
Hai fine.
You keep saying that, because it's true. It's really not.
Donna.
Her name was a warning. Drop it. She did, but only because exhaustion was finally pulling her under. Her last thought before sleep claimed her was that Joshua Castellano was the most infuriating, complicated, damaged man she'd ever met. And despite everything, despite the anger and the arguments, some traitorous part of her wanted to understand why. Donna woke to sunlight streaming through the windows and the smell of coffee. She sat up, disoriented, finding Joshua in the kitchen area. He'd changed into fresh clothes, dark jeans, and a fitted black shirt that did nothing. Donna woke to sunlight streaming through the windows and the smell of coffee. She sat up, disoriented, finding Joshua in the kitchen area. He'd changed into fresh clothes, dark jeans, and a fitted black shirt that somehow looked as expensive as his suits. Coffee. He held up a mug without looking at her. Thanks. She took it, their fingers brushing briefly. The contact felt electric, wrong. Joshua moved back to the counter, maintaining distance. My father is being discharged in 3 days. The doctors cleared him this morning. That's good news. We'll be returning to Italy immediately after. He said it matter-of-factly, like discussing the weather. I've already arranged the flights. The words hit harder than they should have. Oh. Which brings me to payment. Joshua pulled an envelope from his pocket, setting it on the counter. For 2 years of care. Name your price. Donna stared at the envelope. What? You provided a service. I'm compensating you for it. His tone was purely businesslike. How much do you want? I don't want anything. Everyone wants something. Joshua pushed the envelope closer. Don't be modest. 2 years of daily visits, meals prepared, companionship provided. That's worth considerable money. I didn't do it for money. Then you're more naive than I thought. He crossed his arms. Name a figure. 10,000? 20? 50? Each number felt like a slap. Stop. I'm trying to be fair here. You clearly need it. Your bakery is struggling. Your apartment is in a questionable neighborhood. Your clothes are what? Donna stood, anger flooding through her. Say it. Joshua's eyes swept over her dismissively.
Worn. Cheap.
You're barely making ends meet, and you're too proud to accept help. Help? You think throwing money at me is help? It's practical. You need money, I have money. Simple transaction. Everything isn't a transaction. In the real world it is. Joshua's voice was cold. You live in poverty while pretending pride makes you noble. It doesn't. It makes you foolish. The slap cracked across his face before Donna realized she'd moved. Joshua's head snapped to the side, a red mark blooming on his cheek. You don't know anything about me. Donna's voice shook. Nothing. You think money makes you better than everyone else? It just makes you empty. She grabbed her purse and stormed toward the door. Donna, wait. Go to hell, Joshua. She slammed the door behind her, practically running down the porch steps. Tears burned her eyes, but she refused to let them fall. Not until she was far away from him and his cruel words and his money. The morning air was crisp, the street quiet. She walked quickly, head down, trying to control her breathing.
How dare he?
How dare he reduce 2 years of friendship with Ed to a financial transaction? She turned the corner toward her apartment, too angry to notice the van parked at the curb until it was too late. The door slid open. Hands grabbed her, yanking her inside. Donna screamed, but a palm clamped over her mouth. The van lurched forward. Shut up. A man's voice, harsh and familiar. Donna's heart stopped. Kevin sat across from her, 2 other men holding her arms. Told you I'd be back, Kevin smiled, but it didn't reach his eyes. You and me, we got unfinished business. Donna tried to fight, but they were too strong. One of them tied her wrists with rope while the van sped through side streets. That rich boy think he can threaten me? Kevin leaned forward. Nobody threatens me. Especially not over some girl who don't know her place. Terror clawed at Donna's throat. The van turned into an abandoned warehouse district, pulling behind a derelict building. They dragged her out, her feet scraping against broken asphalt. Kevin, please. Too late for please. He nodded to his friends. Teach her some respect. One of the men grabbed her hair. Donna closed her eyes, bracing for impact. The sound of screeching tires made them all turn. Joshua's car slammed to a stop 20 feet away. He emerged like something unleashed, his face a mask of cold fury. Let her go. Kevin laughed. You followed us? Stupid. Now we got 2 problems to handle instead of 1. I said. Joshua's voice dropped to something lethal. Let her go. Or what? You gonna call the cops? Kevin pulled a knife from his jacket. This is between me and my girl. Walk away while you can. Joshua moved. It happened so fast Donna barely tracked it. One moment Joshua was standing by his car. The next he had the knife-wielding man on the ground, the blade skittering away. The second man rushed him. Joshua dodged, landed a brutal hit to the man's solar plexus that dropped him instantly. Kevin grabbed Donna, pressing a second knife to her throat.
Stop.
Stop or I cut her. Joshua froze, hands raised, eyes locked on the blade against Donna's skin. That's right. You ain't so tough now. Kevin backed toward the building, dragging Donna with him. Maybe I will cut her anyway. Teach you both a lesson about. Joshua lunged. Somehow he got between the knife and Donna's throat, taking a slash across his forearm as he shoved her away. She hit the ground hard. When she looked up, Joshua had Kevin pinned against the wall, forearm across his throat. You pulled a knife on her. Joshua's voice was terrifying in its calmness. Bad decision. Can't breathe. Good. Joshua didn't ease up. If I ever see you near her again, if I even hear your name in the same sentence as hers, I will end you. Understood? Kevin's face turned purple. He managed a frantic nod. Joshua released him. Kevin collapsed, gasping. His 2 friends were already running. Kevin scrambled after them, disappearing around the corner. Donna stood on shaking legs. Joshua turned to her, blood dripping from his arm. Are you hurt? His voice was still tight, with barely controlled violence. No, you're bleeding. It's nothing. It's not nothing. Donna moved closer, reaching for his arm. Joshua stepped back. We should call the police. Joshua. I'll drive you to the station. You can file a report. The coldness was back, the walls rebuilt as if the past 5 minutes of terror and rescue hadn't happened. Donna stared at him, anger reigniting despite everything. That's it? You saved my life, and now we just move on? What do you want me to say? An apology would be nice. Her voice rose. For the things you said back at the house. Joshua's jaw clenched. You're right. I apologize. I was out of line. Was that so hard? Yes, actually. He met her eyes. I don't apologize often.
Have I noticed?
Donna crossed her arms. You're still an arrogant asshole.
I'm aware.
Even after saving me, I don't like you. The feeling is mutual. But it was a lie, and they both knew it. Something had shifted between them in that warehouse, in the moment Joshua had put himself between her and a knife without hesitation. You could have been killed, Donna said quietly. So could you. Why did you follow me? Joshua looked away. I saw Kevin's van from the window. Recognized it from last night. So you followed me to, what? Protect me? To make sure he didn't hurt you. The admission seemed to cost him. After what I said, you had every right to storm off. But I couldn't let you walk into danger because of my stupidity.
Donna S. Anger wavered.
What you said hurt. I know. Joshua finally looked at her again. I say cruel things when I'm uncomfortable. When I feel too much. Feel too much about what? He didn't answer, just started walking toward his car. Come on. Let's get you somewhere safe. Joshua. Please. The words stopped her. Just get in the car. We can argue more later. Donna wanted to refuse, wanted to slap him again, wanted to tell him exactly what she thought of his emotional unavailability and his cruel words and his money. But she was tired and scared. And despite everything, she felt safer with him than anywhere else. She got in the car. They drove in silence for several blocks before Joshua spoke. For the record, I don't think you're poor and pathetic. Could have fooled me. I think you're... He stopped, fingers tight on the steering wheel. I think you scare me. Donna's head whipped toward him.
What?
You heard me. Why would I scare you? Because you make me feel things I don't want to feel. His voice was rough. You make me want things I can't have. Like what? Like this. He gestured between them. Whatever this is. Connection.
Trust.
I don't do those things, Donna. I don't know how. So you insult me instead? Yes. At least he was honest. Push you away before you can get close enough to hurt me. That's twisted.
I'm aware.
Donna studied his profile, the strong jaw, the tension in his shoulders, the way his hands gripped the steering wheel like it was the only thing keeping him grounded. You're an idiot, she said finally. Probably. Definitely. She turned back to the windshield. Where are we going? My hotel. It's secure. Kevin won't find you there. And then what? Then, Joshua's voice dropped. Then I don't know. I leave for Italy in 3 days with my father. You stay here. We never see each other again. The words should have been a relief. Instead, they felt like loss. She was lost in thought, wondering if she would end up alone again. The question lingered, would she accept Joshua's offer and follow him, or remain here, trapped in her poor lifestyle?
Thank you for watching to the end. If you enjoyed the story, if you do so, please subscribe to my channel, like, and then drop the thoughts in the comment section. Also, tell us where you are watching from. This is very, very important. Thank you so much. And you can check my channel for more interesting videos like this. Thank you for listening to my story.